Hello, this is Noreen from Joya Cards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up card videos, please click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos release. Also, I give away the demo card, so if you're a first-time subscriber, put your email in the comments and I'll email you back and let you know if you won the card. Also, make sure you watch the video all the way through, because you never know, I might give the card away to anyone, or I might be doing card kits or swaps or something. So anyway, now let's go make a card. Today's card is actually a mystery card. Yay! So I haven't done one in a while, and the reason why I'm doing it is because I just got off my meeting with my big demonstrator group. So if you ever want to be a demonstrator and just need a big group of women that are all part of a team, we have IT specialists, we can get you on social media, we can do all kinds of stuff. Or if you're an orphan demonstrator, that's great too. We can somehow get you in. So anyway, this was our mystery card, and I literally put this together like 5 minutes before the meeting. And that's kind of a fun way to do it. Don't have a plan. So, but I'm going to give you some basic supplies. Then I want you to go to your, whatever your stash is, and just pick some stuff out. So let me help you with how to really do, hopefully, a successful mystery card. Go and pick your piece of designer series paper. Now, all of this will be in the notes in my video. So just click down on that arrow thing. It'll show you all the information on me, all the dimensions, everything. So you don't have to sit there and just write this down. So what you need is go pick out a particular designer series paper that you like. Okay. Then I want you to pick 2 colors that coordinate with it. And the best way to do that is just go to the back of the designer series paper. There is a whole thing on what colors go with this particular paper. So pick 2 coordinating cardstocks, just regular cardstocks. And then I want you to get some basic white. And then I want you to pick some ribbon that coordinates with your cardstock and your designer series paper. And then the next thing is you want to pick a focal image that will fit on a 2.5 by 4 inch white cardstock. So, and that will be the focal part of the front of your card. And then embellishments you can kind of grab at the end when you kind of see how everything lays out. And the other thing you will need is dimensional. So go to your stash and do that first, because this is going to be like crazy. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just watch the video and see what I come up with. But literally off the cuff, just did it. So go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So here's the rest of the dimensions and what we're going to do. Like I said, this will be in the notes of my video. So click down on that thing to see all, and this will all be listed so you don't have to scamper. So I picked for my focal point. Now you can get either a stamp or a die focal point. It doesn't matter. And what I did is I picked Lovely You. And I picked Lovely You because the designer series paper that I picked, so you've got to pick that first, was Sweet Symmetry. So I picked this paper, so I knew there was flowers on it. So when I picked my designer series paper, I picked the stamp set. Now on the back of that designer series paper where it lists all the coordinating cardstock, I grabbed Night of Navy and Bumblebee, because those are 2 that are in that coordinating DS paper. Now for ribbon, I went ahead and I picked this shimmer ribbon. It's like a gold. It's number 152, 156, because there's some yellow in there. And then, so let me show you the first part. So we're going to do the card base. So there's 2 different coordinating cardstock colors. So like I said, Night of Navy was the first one, and I made that the base because the other coordinating one was Bumblebee, and I wanted to use the darker color as my base. That's kind of a good rule, use the dark one. So this is a typical 5.5 by 4.25 base, or you can go 8.5 and cut it 5 by 5 and then score at 4.25. Like I said, this is all in my notes. So there's my card base. The second part is card front. So on the card front, I want you to cut basic white 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to take this and we are going to go ahead and snail it to our card front. And I'm using snail. I like using the dotted snail because it comes up nice, and I don't like using a lot of messy glue. So that's that. The designer series paper that I chose was this one from Sweet Symmetry, and this is cut 2.5 by 4. And then you're going to grab the ribbon. Like I said, it was that shimmery ribbon, and you're going to cut this about 5 inches. You can go a little more or a little less. The best way to put on ribbon to a piece of cardstock is take the ribbon, put it on the back side, and snail it across. This just kind of holds it down. Now, this is the part where it's mystery. You can do whatever you want. As long as you use these supplies, I don't care where you put your ribbon or your embellishments or anything, you can do what you want. But I'm choosing to go ahead and put my ribbon right across the middle there, and then I'll snail the back and tuck these under. There you go. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fix it to the card front. Now, this is the part where you can do anything you want. If you want to put it on crooked or whatever you want, just do what feels good to you. So, in fact, if you could email me your mystery cards, that would be great. Put a little note in my comments saying, I'm going to email you my card because you're proud of it, right? And then email it to me at Noreen@joyofcards.com, and I would love to see your card. So anyway, I'm choosing to go ahead and be boring, and I'm going to go ahead and put this just in the middle of my card like so. But like I said, hey, do what you want. It's your card. Now we're going to take 2 pieces, one of basic white, and you're going to cut this 2.5 by 4. And then you're going to take your coordinating cardstock, and I know there's a second color, but I'm going to use it only on the inside, but you can do whatever you want. And one of the cardstock is going to be 2.75 by 4.25. And obviously we're going to layer these together. But before we do that, your focal point, for me anyway, is going to go on this white sheet. But you can put it wherever you want, but that's where I'm going to choose to put it. So let's go ahead and do the focal point. So I chose Lovely You just because there's a lot of flowers on my DS paper. So I went and chose this little stamp from that set, and I'm going to put my box underneath my Stamparatus. Now, I'm using a Stamparatus because I'm going to make these all different colors. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Write pens, but go ahead and take this piece and put it on your Stamparatus. And then I'm going to color these different because I don't want just like one color flower. So I'm going to be using, for the petals, I'm going to be using Soft Succulent. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Write pens. Now I know they come in one big set and they're not exactly cheap, but if you are a demonstrator, it's best to go ahead and get these because there's lots of times where I use my Stampin' Write. Or if you're just a hobbyist, these are great pens. So I use them quite often. And they are 2 color stamps. So you can use, I think you can still use your blending pens, but this is better for a lot of intricate inking, because even when you have a really thin point, you can get it on something else. So it's just better to use these. So I'm using Evening Evergreen on the stem and trying not to hit that leaf. So I'm just kind of pushing it off with my finger here, trying to get that kind of nice. And Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen are great for doing any kind of leaves or foliages. This is a great one to do. And then I'm going to use the Bumblebee because it was in the coordinating cardstock for the DS paper, and I'm just going to do the bottom bulb of this flower like that. And I'm going to do it again. And that's, you know, you can really only do this with the Stamparatus, doing it this way. So if you don't have a Stamparatus, go ahead and you can click the link that's listed in the notes of my video here. If you pull it up, you know, where all the dimensions are and everything. And there's a direct order link if you want to go ahead and place an order, because you can place an order with me, please. Thank you. Anyway, I'm doing the flower part and Calypso Coral. The other thing about the Stampin' Write pens is that you have all the colors of everything, where the blending pens, you don't have all the colors. So if you needed something in that coordinating color and it's not made in a blending pen, you can use your Stampin' Write. So I'm just going to do this a couple of times and call it a day on that part of the flower. Now that you've done your flower, I'm going to use this little decorative little doohickey right there. And I'm going to use Night of Navy. And I know it's an orange stamp and I don't need my stamping pad, but sometimes I just think it makes better contact. And I put my ink pad on top of it as well. But when you're doing that on an orange stamp, just make sure you're not pressing down too hard because you can mush it. So I'm just going to put some in the corners here. And then I'm going to put some on the sides, like so. And I chose Night of Navy because it's also listed on the back of the DS paper as one of the coordinated colors. Now you can go ahead and snail this onto that coordinating color, that 275 by 4.25. So I'll just snail this up and put it on its piece. Got those two pieces together. I want you to put a bunch of dimensionals on the back, and then I'm going to put mine a little lower because I'm going to decide to put my sentiment up here. So I'm going to put this lower like this, but you can put yours wherever you want. So I'm going to put mine on like that. Now for my sentiment, and I'm going to use this sentiment up here. I'm going to use the Night of Navy again. I'm going to lightly tap it into the ink, and then I'm going to put it right on top. I'm going to put my head in the camera, so sorry. Yes, I have red hair. So I'm going to put it right there. Not mushing down too much because I am using a stamping pad, and it looks like that. So I thought this looked a little plain, so I'm going to do a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to put that same ribbon as I used across here, and I'm going to make a bow. And I do that very remedially. I do bunny ear, and then I do the crossover. I pull that first bolt over and I pull. And then I spend a couple minutes kind of fiddling around with it and making it pretty. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. There's my bow, and then I want to cut the ends. I always do my bows on the spool so I know how much to use and I'm not wasting too much. And then I'm going to take your pick tool, grab a dimensional, put that where I want it, and then I'm going to put the bow on. I'm going to pick my embellishments. Like I said, you kind of don't know what you're going to need until you're at this point and go, I think it needs something. So I'm going to take the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I'm going to put them in the corner. Now, don't forget, I give away the demo card. So if you like and put a comment in my video saying, hey, I want to win the demo card, and put your email address. I can't stress this enough. If I replied to your comment, sometimes you don't always see it just based on your settings and how you get things. So put your email address and I'll email you and I'll let you know if you won the demo card. So definitely make a comment and put that you want the card and you could win the card. I'm going to give away 2, so there's a good chance you can get it. So those are the embellishments on the front I chose. Now we're to the easy part of the card. So on the instructions here, it said inside of the card, use that second color because you have 2 cardstocks that are different colors. So I'm using the second one in here. Now, like I said, this is your card. You could put it on the front. You can put it wherever you want. So it doesn't matter. So this is going to be cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then this, you're going to grab basic white and you're going to cut this 375 by 5. The last bit of stamping, and I'm just doing the inside. Now you can leave this blank. And that might be a good idea if you've got a lot of cards and you leave them blank, and then as you need it, you can, specify what you want. But this one I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Always, and that decorative thing again, I'm using Night of Navy because it is a coordinating color. Now also, I stamp before I put it on my layering piece, just in case I mess this up. I'm not like pulling them apart and making a big mess. So I'm going to lightly stamp in the Night of Navy on my stamping pad. I know I don't need it, but I just think it makes a better connection. And I'm not mushing down too hard so it doesn't smush on the stamp. And then I'm going to just use this little doohickey again and just put it on each side. It's just kind of pretty. I kind of like it. And just do doink and doink. And now I can put it on the layer. So just snail it up and put it on that bumblebee because it is a coordinating color to that DSP. And then just snail it up and put it in your card. So please like and subscribe my videos. I am like so close to being monetized on YouTube. It's just kind of funny or not. And that's the card. But let me show you the other one I did. And I picked a different DSP, but I think I like this one way better. That's why I kind of switched. So I have 2 demo cards to give away. Put your email and, hey, I want to win the demo card in my comments. And you do have to be a first-time subscriber or, yeah, first-time subscribers this time. Sometimes I change it around. Or you know what? Heck with that. Anybody. So you could be already a subscriber. If you've never won a demo card and you've subscribed, you know, put it in the comments. Hey, I never won a card. So I will go ahead and mail it out to you. I'll email you, get your address so it's not all over the internet, and I'll mail you out the card. So that's it. And don't forget, all the dimensions are in the notes of my video. So pull it up and pull everything up. You'll get all my information. You can click on the links so you can place an order for any of the supplies. So, but anyway, that'll do it for me. Thanks. Bye.